Get on my little soapbox for a second.
It's Mark Sherwin's Contractor Marketing Soapbox.
Your guide to getting found, selected, and remembered.
And now, here's Mark.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Contractor Marketing Soapbox. I'm Mark Sherwin, president at Leads Nearby. And today I got a very special guest. And we're going to have a little bit of an intro here, a little different intro. But today's topic is all about can't be afraid of the camera anymore, guys. I don't care how what genre you're in, how old you are. We're going to get in front of the camera. So I'm going to have in the background, go ahead and roll the tape. Joe Cascone is going to be joining us here in a moment.
And Joe from Climate Plus. Joe from Climate Plus coming at you on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Joe from Climate Plus here. Just want to show you a job that we recently did. Have you changed your filters yet?
It's on my list.
Hi, I'm Joe from Climate Plus, and I'm the technician that's going to be visiting your home. So thanks for watching, and remember, keep cozy with Climate Plus.
And without further ado, there he is. Joe, welcome. We appreciate you taking the time today, buddy.
Thanks for having me, Mark. I really appreciate it.
You never thought you were going to be this famous, did you?
Doing the one thing I love doing the most, being on camera.
There you go. I'll tell you, and I'm going to give a little bit of a kind of some background on this and why we're having this conversation. I have a lot of contractors. I talk to a lot of people, sales, marketing, been doing this for this industry for 15 years. And I either have clients that love being in front of the camera, have no problem being, doing those things for their betterment of their company. But it seems like I have almost an equal amount just unwilling to get in front of any kind of camera. Don't want to be in front of the camera. Want it to happen magically that they'll do videos and that kind of thing. What was one of the tipping points for you that helped you say, you know what, I don't mind being in front of this camera?
All right. Well, we need to be 100% honest about that. It is I don't like it. I'm so uncomfortable. I feel so out of my element. I'm the biggest nitpicker when it comes to myself. But I think honestly, through the encouragement of my team, having conversations with guys like you, it just realized got to do it. It's got to be out there. I watch other people in the industry, and I look and I say, wow, it's just so effortless. And I think part of for me was it's got to be perfect. It's always got to be perfect. And when I finally put that aside and said, whatever, it is what it is. If it's perfect, great. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Just try to be more relaxed and just come to accept it. It's just part of what we got to do.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't want to get in front of the camera either. It wasn't my dream, right? I'm in my 50s, right? I don't want to get in front of a camera. I'm Gen X. I don't have to do all that. Yeah, you do. And I've gotten good positive feedback. You know what? I've had some negative feedback, and I need to learn to accept that. I'm probably a little too much of a perfectionist myself. Not too long ago, you and I were having that conversation and about getting in front of the camera, et cetera. And you fought me a little bit on it. But you're a natural when it comes to it. You've got the humor, you've got the background and the experience, the knowledge that you can lean on and leverage. And I feel that way somewhat for myself as well. But you started your own podcast, your own little fireside chat. Tell me how that got started.
We wanted to do something different. We wanted to do something that people would find us. People know who we are. We wanted people to know more about us. We're a heating and air conditioning company. There's thousands of us around, but we wanted to let our audience, our customers, our potential customers know who we were, what we were about, meet the team. We've got a bunch already all made and ready to go. Just kind of bring different team members. We figured it'd be a great way we could take those little clips. So when we're, scheduling appointments, we could just send a little clip right to the homeowner. I know a lot of the software's got it built in already where you'll get the notification, but actually have that person introducing themselves and talking to you. And then we took it a step further, and I said, well, while we're doing this, let's incorporate people from our community. And, we're all over the place. We don't just sit in one town. Let's bring other businesses from other towns and bring them to the forefront. And, so many people are doing good things, and kind of, hey, let's help get the word out about other businesses. So that's kind of where it stemmed from.
I don't know who came up with the idea, but it was very, that 80s, 70s, 80s, almost somewhat the sitcom approach to it. It was very well done. I was appreciative of. I was watching your first and second episodes, and we actually gonna Ray. Let's show the second episode. We cut down a little bit for the purposes of this call, but I want people to see Fireside Chats. So,
welcome to our cozy Fireside Chat.
here it is.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our Fireside Chat. This is episode number 2. Today, we want to talk to you about different financing options we have for having to upgrade your system when it's time. If you are in the market, if you are looking to upgrade your equipment, if you're looking to save energy, obviously as gas and electric gets more expensive, it's a great program to look at. Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, if you're interested in upgrading your equipment, if you just want to see, if you're curious, that's all fine. Give our office a call. Sam and Allison will be more than happy to help you out, get you out. More than likely, you'll be seeing this lovely face showing up at your house. And most importantly, remember to keep cozy with Climate Plus.
See, I love the over the shoulder, hey, what's going on? Just like a 70s sitcom. I love the intro. Obviously, this was for everybody watching mine today. That was an edited version of his second episode. I certainly encourage you to go watch the whole thing. But I love the fact that you're as uncomfortable as I am probably getting in front of the camera, but your personality comes out, your humor comes out. People get to know you a lot better. You can see some of the history even behind you, with the shirts on the wall and stuff like that. A little stress-free zone. One thing I am disappointed on is that your fireplace isn't the same. Like you change fireplaces on us there.
Well, the wood burner still sits there. It's there all the time. It's usually that it's running, especially in the winter, and it gets so hot sitting in front of it that we had to shift to the alternate fireplace.
Makes sense.
That was my homage to Mr. Rogers.
Yes. I knew I saw it somewhere. We are in a new genre, right? You can't go to work anymore. Just put a tool belt on and go to work. Everything is about marketing. Everything's about community involvement. Everything's about what are you doing that's memorable, right? And people are looking for that commonality, that touch point where they go, I can understand this person. They're not just coming in with, I got to sell you something. And it's not that sales approach. And that personality really comes across. What has been some of the benefits that you've seen on your side, right? From your fireside chats, or even the short videos you're starting to do on social media. Have you gotten good, positive feedback? Any negative feedback you could share?
I've definitely gotten positive feedback. We've picked up a bunch of new followers, especially when we started putting them on TikTok, which was big. And from the fireside chat itself, it's funny because people that I didn't even know followed us, besides just picking up a phone and calling when they need us. As I'm I'm popping in and out, talking to them on the phone, like, oh, I saw your video. It was great. Thanks for the information. Like, you follow our YouTube channel. So it was pretty cool. Yeah. And we do put them out in our monthly newsletters. So the girls, when they're putting that together, put the link together on there. So yeah, it's getting some traction. It's different. That's for sure.
It is different. That I'll give you. My first couple of episodes, it was just me talking, and then it was me inviting certain people in, and it's been that really cool evolution in. And the production value alone is going up. I got Ray in the background to thank for that. But as the production value and as the conversations take this turn, I want people to take away something from each and every time they're having my podcast. It's not about selling leads nearby, and what we do here, it's about educating the people watching, which I love about what you're trying to do as well. And, New Jersey is different than North Carolina, which is different than California, which is different than Texas. And that's one of the biggest reasons is that when you're talking to, and when you're in front of the camera, you get to talk to your residents. You get to talk to the people around you. And I tell people this all the time. I'm interested in your take on it, but would you rather be the one educating your area and your people? Or would you like somebody else to be doing it? And I'd like your take on that.
I'm definitely I'd like to be the one educating. I like to educate, just like I've always treated it as a service call, or when I go on an estimate. I always like to take my time with that person, and my approach has always been, listen, I understand we're not going to sell every job that we come to, but I want to educate you. And I want to make sure that no one takes advantage of you. And if you ever have any questions, I'm always here. I'll be more than happy to come back and just make sure that you're getting what you paid for. And the same thing with the fireside chat. We got to talking about, so we got some pretty unique financing opportunities through the utility companies in the state. Not everybody knows how they work. Not every contractor participates with the program. So when we're putting this stuff together, sure, would we love for you to call us? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to be informative and put it out there to say that we may not even be in your service area, but look at the programs, find companies that participate in the programs. Hey, I know a lot of guys throughout, let me phrase that, a lot of contractors throughout the state. So I might be able to refer you to someone in your area that I know is a reliable, good company that participates. Just, I hate seeing people getting taken advantage of just because they don't know.
And that's an epidemic in many cases. There's people using video to spread misinformation, just because video is so it's new, yet people are challenging the looking for the edges of what video can do for them. For their company and for promotion and for sales and you watch TikTok or you watch YouTube shorts and reels and I just see so much, I don't say misinformation, but not telling the full bit of it is almost infuriating, and it made me want to get in front of the camera, try to answer some of those questions. And that has been one of the biggest questions is I don't want to get in front of the camera, Mark. What do I do? So I know you and I know what you probably went through. What were some of the things that you're like, hey, the things you went through in your mind about how am I going to get in front of the camera? Starting with, I'm sure, hey, is there somebody here in the office that could do it instead of me? Did I hire somebody? Can I get a marketing company to do it? Can you kind of give me some background on what are some of the thought process and some of the considerations that you took before you said, you know what, time for me to step up?
So, yeah, part of the original thought of the fireside chat was I was going to make that initial appearance. Hey, how you doing? And that was going to be the last time you were going to see me. I was going to really let Sam and Allison do the whole thing. And
okay.
I still want them to be heavily involved with it.
Sure.
But then when I started thinking about it, I just kind of took it back to the beginning where I said, when customers call, who do they always ask for? Well, they wanted me because they knew me. And whether I like it or not, this is the face of the company. So, I like to say, radio people say they got a face made for radio. Well, I like to say I got a face made for an attic or for a basement in front of a boiler. So but then I thought about it and I said, I think it's only right that I'm doing this. I'm bringing the information.
Sure.
Ultimately, it ends up with a phone call from me at some point with someone anyway. So that was the other thought behind it was, hey, let me just get the information out there. Let me, they're still hearing it from me. It's there. Yeah, can answer some specific questions, but it was just, I had to get out of my own head on it, and that was really my biggest battle is getting out of my own head on this.
I'll tell you, part of me was, am I smart enough for this? Am I, do I have the knowledge that people would seek out? And I think it was you, or it might've been, Roy White, but I think it was you. It was my first couple of ones. And you text me and you're like, dude, that was awesome. I took away a couple bullet points from that. And that gave me about all the confidence that I needed to continue to move forward because somebody was taking something away from it in a positive way. I'm not saying you need to be like Joe. I'm not saying that you need to be like Mark. Well, what I am challenging everybody watching this podcast is to get out of your comfort zone. Gone are the days where you can just put a tool belt on, phone rings, you get to go to work and do it all over again the next day. Please take this experience is the Joe Cascone, the Mark Sherwin, the Roy Whites of the world, and understand that our place in what we do and what we say. Stop worrying about stop worrying that other people are saying the wrong thing, and you get out in front of the camera and say the right thing. Let people know. And Joe, I'm going to put you a little bit on the spot. I love the fact that you're in front of the camera. You came up with Fireside Chats. Are you looking for, what's the future look like for you? Where is this going? Is it just the consistency, talking to people in the community, et cetera? Do you see, have you mapped out a future for what you're bringing to the table, so to speak?
I don't know if I've thought, to be honest, that far down the road. I've had some ideas. So we want to bring a couple of things that we're doing as a company this year. There's some local events that go on with different towns, and we have a big one coming up. Hopefully it's a nice day. It's going to be in May. It's a big lake up by us. They do a massive block party, and we've got a couple of spots there. We're going to be set up. Our company, our team out there talking to people, and there's a lot of vendors are supposed to be there. They say on a typical weekend where it's nice weather, they expect 4,000 people to roll through. So part of what we want to do was that's our opportunity to take this and go talk to the vendors and interview other local businesses and, kind of use it as hey, here's an opportunity to talk about other people. Let's people that are watching us that, we don't, again, we're not just located in our town. We serve a big portion. New Jersey's not a huge state. So when you're looking at, we say northern New Jersey, that's a third of the state basically.
Yep.
And those are all areas that we go into. So, let's get awareness out for other businesses. You never know who someone who's, 30 minutes east of us may not know of a certain business 30 minutes west of us that, might benefit them. And so I think right now that's where we're looking. Long term, I don't know. I guess maybe as I get more comfortable in front of the camera and have less desire to be crawling through attics and basements, maybe it becomes something we want to do a little more often. We've tossed the idea of maybe doing a weekly podcast at some point in time.
I learned a little bit about that community part. And I don't, you probably know them, Alyssa Rogers, Joey Rogers. They do a phenomenal job with it as well. It's just getting involved. It's just talking to people in the community and doing that, while you're there in the park. I love that vision that you have for it. And it makes sense. Instead of sitting in your booth, just waiting for people to come up, go talk to new people, go walk around and introduce yourself, et cetera, and have fun with it. what's one thing? I'll say one thing. It might be a couple of things, but to get started, there's people here listening to this right now that are going, I don't have the people like Sam and Alice. I don't have people in the office that can help me. That it was a big help that Ray behind the scenes was helping me. What was one of those stumbling blocks? What advice do you have? I have some advice for them, but what advice would you have for the guy that maybe it's just it's a single guy, maybe just a couple people in the company to get started on that, being involved in the camera, in front of the camera?
So, well, first I want to give shout out to where it's due. A lot of this whole idea all came from Melissa Rogers. I follow her. We've been to her company. I think spent some time with Roy down there on a company tour. I think what they're doing is phenomenal. She's amazing at it, and that kind of got the wheels rolling for this. I would just say, again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Everybody carries a cell phone. Everybody's taking pictures. We're supposed to take pictures on job sites of equipment. Just take the video. A lot of Service Nation contractors that I follow, I see their stuff all the time, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be edited. You should probably watch the language.
Yes, watch the language.
But yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect lighting or perfect. Personally, for me, I think when you're actually doing it that way, where it is less edited, I think it touches people more because it's real time. This is like actually where we're at. We're sitting in that 130-degree attic or freezing our rear end off up on that roof, and it kind of gives you the insight of this is our day to day. This is for real, and we're just sharing our world, what we do with you. So don't stress it. Don't overthink it. Just do it. It is what it is.
It is what it is. And I will tell you one way to get beyond it, and it's exactly how I started this podcast, was I wasn't on the camera. We were just recording what I was saying and allowing me that comfort level to say, hey, I'm just talking to the microphone. So I think some of the advice here is just do it. And then maybe if you just don't want to be in front of that camera, maybe you're not as pretty as Joe and I. I look over and make sure that I got a good reaction at it. But look, even if you're behind the camera and you are talking about something that you're looking at, or that you're discovering, or that you're vetting out for a client, that is an equally powerful video. You don't have to be in front of the camera all the time. I do know that we have a question from somebody coming out there, and I'm gonna it's from Miss Stephanie. Have you noticed other businesses that you film with are eager and willing to get involved? And I think that's back to something that Alyssa does and that you were just talking about. You brought on a couple of local people so far, right?
As far as interviewing, we've been out talking. We haven't posted anything.
Haven't done the videos at this point. I'm wondering if that's when you ask. Like I was asking you, I asked Roy, and I've asked people in the industry to get on these camera, in front of the camera with me, and that's been easy. We've got the relationship is already there. It is another conversation piece. It's another stepping stone to start talking to local businesses, maybe somebody you don't even have a relationship with, and being in front of the camera. Have you thought about what that conversation might look like when you're at that event, or when you're just approaching somebody at a restaurant or another place that you contribute to, or that you want to see do better?
So I know for me, but believe it or not, I am the introvert. When I'm in a room full of people that I'm really comfortable with, you can't shut me up. You put me in a room of people that I don't know, and I'm sitting in the corner, and I won't go and talk to anybody. So for me, my go-to on that would be find the personality in the place. Just tee it up with the question, and find someone with a big personality and let them talk, because that gets me into more of a comfort zone where I'll be able to talk.
Yep.
So, if I have to extract it, we're in a world of trouble.
I learned something on that. I learned something there. That is it. Look for the big personality and then go talk to them, because they'll do all the talking.
Yep.
I absolutely adore that idea. I hope that helped answer your question there, Ms. Potter. I am, if there's any more questions, now's the time. But Joe, I really appreciate the time today. Do you have, what's one thing, and I'll bonus opportunity here. I will tell you, I want people to walk away from this with ideas, and maybe it's not getting in front of the video. Maybe they're just poo-pooing it. I have been telling your idea, I'm giving full credit to you guys, but I've been telling your idea since you told it to me. And I'm going to preface this. You're going to that event and you got a couple of parking places, right, that they gave to you from that. And you're asking if you can have a generator there, and you're going to be running a cool off area, a little tent set up with a mini split in there. And every person that I've told that idea to, they absolutely love it. I loved it. Right. Where did you come up with an idea like that?
I was, the first time I saw it was, I saw the setup at a local distributor. They had it out during one of their sales days.
Okay.
Just to show people how it worked. And I looked at it, I was like, why can't we do that and bring it out to places to show it as a working model? People always, ask about mini splits and, I don't like the way it looks, this and that. And the way they had it set up was more for us as the contractor to see it. But I thought about setting it up so we can actually have this thing rolling where it's a wall that we could tear down, put it back together real quick, 5 minutes, snap together. Everything's all pre-piped, and it's going to be a working model. So yeah, while we're there, especially if it's a hot day, this is awesome. We're going to turn it on, and we're going to keep ourselves cool.
Yes.
Anybody coming around, come and hang out by us while we're talking to you. We've got air conditioning. Some of the events run in the fall, and it can be a cooler day. Well, great. Now we have a heat pump, and we're keeping ourselves warm. So come hang out by us and talk to us for a little while, and let's have a nice conversation, and we'll keep you out of the elements.
I can already see a really cool video on its way. That's going to be an awesome video to watch. You guys set that up and put that together. Is there any more questions? Right behind the scenes? I think he usually jumps in. He's going to have everyone's down there at the bottom. We're good, he says. All right, Joe, I'm going to close with a big thank you for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. I think if there is we posted a couple of office at climateplus.com to get a hold of you. Maybe people have questions on your mini split idea, your show idea, etc. If they want more information, please go check out Joe over there at Climate Plus. If you have questions of me, you know how to reach me, mark@leadsnearby.com. There it is. Thanks again, Joe. We'll talk to you soon, bud.
Appreciate it, Mark. Thank you very much.
Thanks again.
It's Mark Sherwin's Contractor Marketing Soapbox. Call Mark to learn more. 919-758-8420.